Let's start with a haunting journey into the world of Detention. Set in 1960s Taiwan, this game blends psychological horror with a historical backdrop, making it one of the most unique experiences on the Nintendo Switch. The story revolves around a student trapped in an abandoned school during a time of political unrest, with supernatural elements creeping into every shadowy corner. What makes Detention truly stand out is its atmosphere. Through its 2D art style and chilling sound design, the game crafts a sense of unease that lingers long after the screen fades to black. Instead of relying on cheap jump scares, it uses its setting, storytelling, and eerie visuals to keep you on edge. Walking through desolate classrooms and deserted hallways, every moment feels like a brush with the unknown. Despite its brilliance, the gameplay may feel simple to some. Its puzzles are straightforward, which makes it more accessible but perhaps less challenging for seasoned horror fans. However, the narrative is where Detention truly shines. It's not just a game, it's an emotional exploration of fear, loss, and history, making it an unforgettable experience. Diving into Yomawari, the Long Night collection feels like stepping into a nightmarish dream. This collection of 2 Japanese horror games combines cute yet unsettling visuals with an emotional, folklore-inspired narrative. Whether guiding a little girl searching for her sister or navigating eerie streets haunted by spirits, every step plunges deeper into a world filled with dread. Unlike many horror games, Yomawari thrives on subtlety. Its sound design is masterful, using silence and ambient noise to amplify tension. The gameplay focuses on exploration and puzzle solving, where hiding from spirits and piecing together clues is crucial for survival. It's a game that plays with your emotions, evoking sympathy for its characters while keeping you on edge. However, Yomawari isn't without its flaws. The slow pace and lack of traditional action might not appeal to every horror fan, yet for those who appreciate atmospheric storytelling and nuanced horror, this game is a gem. It's a testament to how simplicity, when executed well, can create a deeply immersive experience. Stepping into Layers of Fear Legacy is like entering a living nightmare. This psychological horror game places you in the role of a tormented artist descending into madness. As you explore a Victorian mansion filled with shifting walls and surreal visuals, reality bends in ways that make every moment unpredictable. One of the game's strongest aspects is its ability to manipulate your perception. Walking through the mansion feels like being in a gallery of horror, where every painting hides a story and every corridor tells a secret. The soundtrack enhances this tension, with its haunting melodies and jarring sound effects pulling you deeper into the artist's fractured mind. Though combat is absent, the focus on exploration and environmental storytelling keeps the experience engaging. Some might find the lack of direct action a downside, but Layers of Fear Legacy isn't about fighting monsters. Instead, it's about confronting the horrors within, a journey that is as thought-provoking as it is terrifying. Venturing into Outlast 2 is like walking straight into a waking nightmare. This sequel doesn't just build on the foundation of its predecessor, it takes terror to a whole new level. The story follows Blake Langerman, a journalist investigating a mysterious cult in the heart of a remote village. As the narrative unfolds, it pulls you into a world of paranoia, danger, and unrelenting fear. Every moment in Outlast 2 is drenched in tension. Hiding in the shadows or crawling through the underbrush, the feeling of being hunted never truly leaves. The game's use of a night vision camera adds an extra layer of intensity, where battery management becomes as crucial as survival itself. Exploring the vast, unsettling landscapes makes each step feel like a gamble between discovery and dread. While the atmosphere is brilliant, its difficulty may be daunting for some. The lack of combat can leave you feeling helpless, which perfectly aligns with the game's core experience, but isn't for everyone. Still, Outlast 2 remains a masterpiece of survival horror, one that pushes you to your limits and leaves an indelible mark. Few games redefine survival horror quite like Dying Light. This open-world zombie thriller combines parkour mechanics with intense combat, delivering an experience that feels both dynamic and terrifying. Set in the sprawling, apocalyptic city of Harran, your task isn't just to survive, it's to adapt. The seamless integration of parkour elevates gameplay to exhilarating heights. Running across rooftops, leaping between buildings, and escaping hordes of the undead feels fluid and instinctive. Nighttime, however, transforms the city into a different beast entirely. The stakes rise exponentially as powerful volatiles emerge, turning you from a hunter into prey. Despite its innovations, the game's performance on the Nintendo Switch has its quirks. Visual downgrades and occasional frame rate drops are noticeable, but they don't overshadow the sheer thrill of the experience. With endless content through DLCs and multiplayer modes, Dying Light is a survival horror adventure that rewards creativity and perseverance. Tormented Souls pays homage to the golden age of survival horror while carving its own chilling identity. Stepping into the shoes of Caroline Walker, you're tasked with unraveling the mystery behind twin girls' disappearance in a desolate mansion. It's a journey filled with classic fixed camera angles, intense atmosphere, and clever puzzles. The game's environment is its strongest character. Shadowy corridors, dimly lit rooms, and eerie soundscapes make every turn feel ominous. Exploring the mansion often requires a lighter to illuminate your path, adding an extra layer of vulnerability. The puzzles are well crafted, pushing you to think creatively without becoming overly frustrating. Although nostalgia runs high, some mechanics feel dated. The fixed camera angles can lead to awkward navigation at times, and combat isn't as fluid as modern standards. Yet for fans of old-school horror, Tormented Souls delivers exactly what they crave, a meticulously crafted experience that blends fear and strategy into a captivating whole. Taking a step into Dead by Daylight feels like entering a relentless game of cat and mouse. This multiplayer horror title stands out for its asymmetrical gameplay, where one player becomes the killer while others try to survive. The objective is simple, yet thrilling. Survivors must repair generators to escape, while the killer hunts them down mercilessly. What truly elevates this game is its variety. Each killer comes with unique abilities, from setting traps to launching ranged attacks, creating a dynamic and ever-changing experience. Survivors, on the other hand, must rely on strategy and teamwork, balancing risk and reward as they evade their pursuer. The inclusion of iconic characters from horror movies only adds to the game's charm, making every match feel like a mini horror film. Despite its exciting mechanics, the game isn't without flaws. Connectivity issues can occasionally disrupt the flow, and the steep learning curve might intimidate newcomers. However, Dead by Daylight excels at keeping players engaged with its constant updates and tense gameplay, ensuring that every session is both terrifying and exhilarating. Few games have shaped the survival horror genre like Resident Evil 4. Stepping into the shoes of Leon S. Kennedy, you're sent to a remote village to rescue the president's daughter, only to find yourself battling hordes of infected villagers and monstrous creatures. This game combines action and horror in a way that remains unparalleled even years after its release. The pacing in Resident Evil 4 is masterful. It seamlessly transitions between intense combat and quiet, suspenseful moments, keeping you on edge throughout. The variety of enemies ensures no encounter feels repetitive, and the arsenal of weapons allows for strategic experimentation. Its over-the-shoulder camera perspective was revolutionary, creating a more immersive experience that many modern games emulate. While it remains a classic, the visuals and controls show their age on the Nintendo Switch. Even so, its timeless gameplay and unforgettable narrative continued to captivate players. Revisiting Resident Evil 4 is like watching a favorite horror film. It never loses its edge. Exploring the eerie world of Little Nightmares 2 is like stepping into a dark, twisted fairy tale. This sequel builds on the foundation of its predecessor, delivering a story filled with haunting imagery and thought-provoking themes. As Mono, a young boy, you navigate a surreal, nightmarish landscape alongside your mysterious companion, Six. The game's atmosphere is its crown jewel. Every location feels like a living, breathing nightmare. From the eerie woods to the terrifying school, the puzzles are cleverly designed, often requiring cooperation between mono and six, which adds a layer of depth to the gameplay. Its visual style, blending whimsy and dread, creates an unsettling yet mesmerizing experience. Some trial and error moments might frustrate players, but they're minor blemishes on an otherwise exceptional game. Little Nightmares 2 is more than just a platformer. It's a chilling exploration of fear and survival wrapped in a package that lingers long after the credits roll. Confronting the terror of alien isolation feels like stepping into the heart of a sci-fi horror masterpiece. This survival horror game places you in the role of Amanda Ripley, daughter of Ellen Ripley, as she searches for answers about her mother's disappearance aboard the Sevastopol space station. The presence of a single, relentless xenomorph turns every step into a battle for survival, where one wrong move could mean certain death. Tension is the lifeblood of this game. The xenomorph's AI is unpredictable, making each encounter feel fresh and nerve-wracking. Hiding in lockers, crawling under tables, or holding your breath as the creature stalks nearby creates moments of pure dread. The sound design amplifies the horror, with every creak, hiss, and distant growl leaving you constantly on edge. Despite its brilliance, the pacing might feel slow to players expecting action-heavy gameplay. However, the deliberate design serves its purpose, immersing you in a world where survival isn't guaranteed. Alien Isolation doesn't just deliver scares, it crafts an unforgettable experience that perfectly captures the essence of the franchise. It's not merely a game, it's a chilling journey into the unknowns. So we have shared with you top 10 horror games on the Nintendo Switch. Hope they will be useful to you. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.